What's up, y'all? How are y'all doing? Thanks for checking back in this week. Back at it again with the serial killer nature hikes. I got y'all in front of a playground this time. Bro, you know how many clips I left there? I really hope they don't be tested for fingerprints. That was like my main concern. But I feel like I'm good. But I got some breakfast because ain't no food at the house. And you know what's crazy? I thought about it. I was like, when your parents are like in charge of you, you don't really be caring about like food or like the wasteness of food or the wastefulness of food. It's like you start one shit and then the next day you start a whole different shit, didn't even finish half of the first thing. But when you have to like buy groceries on your own, like with your own money, you be like, let me try and see if I can make this Chinese takeout last for like 3 days. Or buy like the 4 for 4 5 times in a week, because you know that grocery shopping, like 6 things will come up to like $80. But nah. On a serious note, today I wanted to talk to y'all about something. I don't know how long or short I'm gonna make the video. It's whatever my ADD mind lets flow. You know what I mean? But today I'm going to talk to y'all about energy vampires, especially when they are your parents or one specific parent. It's weird because it's like the more knowledge you gain, the more like you think about a situation that's happened to you in the past, and then you come upon like a new term and you're like, oh, that kind of makes sense. So it's like energy vampires, well, in my idea of it is basically a person where you kind of feel like when you're around them, they sort of like take the energy out of you, hence the term. They take the positivity. They just basically suck out all the air in the room just by their presence, their aura, their attitude, just the way they talk to you. And, I feel like it's especially common like in the black family. Not making it like a race thing, but it's like it definitely is common with us, And so with my mom and I's relationship, it hasn't like, I wouldn't say that we're like best friends. Like we've never been the type to like go on like, like nail dates or anything, or like go shopping for real. But like, like we're cool. We're cool. She gave me the experience of sleepaway camp. She gave me the experience of cruises. Like she really showed me that like if no matter how rich or poor you are and you want to see the world, you save your money, you can do anything. You can like really gain like a lot of experience and memories. But it's like, it's just hard sometimes, It's just really hard trying to deal with her, because it's like she's not a very emotionally expressive person, and maybe that's where I get my shit from. But it's like, instead of her telling you what's on your mind, what's on her mind, she kind of just wants you to read her mind, or like she'll sort of take her day out on you. There's no boundaries. There's no respect. It's like black parents, they don't really see you, no matter how old you are, they don't really see you as an adult until you move out. And even then, they still got some shit to say. And it's like, I don't know. It just came to a point where it's like every time she was around me, she was just always complaining about something. About how I don't wash dishes good enough, or how I didn't organize this the right way, or making me feel like I don't take initiative, or I don't put in effort in the house, and I'm just like a slob of some sort. And it just got really draining. It just got so draining. It's like when your parents talk to you like a child, it makes you feel like you're not worth anything. Like the work that you do, the sacrifices that you make, no matter if you go to school or you work or whatever, it makes you feel like nothing is ever enough in a sense. And they kind of just see you as like a baby. And it's like, it got to a point where like she would come home, like I would hear her opening the door and I would just sigh. Like I would literally just sigh, because I'm just like, what is she gonna complain about now? And it's like, yes, you can do things to prevent her from having to complain in the first place. I hear that argument, but it's just like, I feel like there's a certain way that you speak to people. You know the term, the saying, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. That shit is real. And it's like, it gets really frustrating sometimes, to the point where like I really cried. I cried and I felt like my mom sort of hated me in a sense. Like, it was just getting very toxic, and I thought that she hated me. Like, she regretted having a child. And it hurt. It hurt because it's just like, you know, you only get one mom. You only get one dad. So you never have to feel like you don't want to be around your parents because you don't know how long they're going to be there for. And plus, you're always going to have that special love and bond and affection for them. And so, like, it's just been sort of tough, especially when you live with your parents when you live with your parents. You know, it's like, y'all going to end up seeing each other anyway. So how long can you avoid someone? And it's like, you shouldn't have to feel like your parent is your roommate of some sort. You know what I mean? And so I talked to my friends. I talked to, like, you know, my support groups about the situation. And they kind of tell me to just learn to set boundaries. And I feel like when you have energy vampires around you, whether your parents or your friends or just any situation in general, your job, it can apply to many things. But I feel like when it comes to those type of situations where you know that you need to protect yourself, you need to protect your aura, your spirit, your attitude, and you know that you're an empath, especially in my case, so that you can feel what others are going through, it's like you just have to learn to set boundaries in a sense. You have to know your worth and know that people are not going to talk to you any type of way. And I know children, they move out their parents' house and they only see them when they really want to. And if, you know, they can't do what they want to do at their parents' house, they go somewhere else. The calls are very limited, the visits are very limited. And it's like, certain people you just have to sort of, unfortunately, love at a distance. And yes, you could say, like, well, these parents probably weren't raised well, so it passed on. But it's like, you shouldn't want to raise your kids the way you were raised, especially if you feel like it wasn't the best environment. Don't try and mask the patterns and the cycle. And so I feel like when it comes to, you know, energy vampires, like I said, it's important to protect yourself and to just have boundaries. Talk to your parents or your friends or whoever you feel is draining you of your energy and be like, listen, like, I know my worth, I know my respect, I know my value. And if you don't respect it, then we don't really have to be around each other that much. As that may be like an immature way to look at things in a sense, but it's like, you have to, at the end of the day, when you're an adult, you have to know what's best for you and what you will allow into your environment and what you won't allow into your environment. And so you kind of learn to deal with things day by day. And you kind of learn the other person, you learn their likes, their dislikes, and you sort of just make yourself comfortable in your own zone and try to do things that don't disrupt their zone. And things will get better. I feel like things will get better. And as long as you learn to protect your own space and to set boundaries, set rules, set standards, and get your message across in a respectful way, then things will work out, because your life is too short. Life is too short to feel like someone takes the happiness away from you. You know what I mean? And you have to be vocal about what you want and don't want around you. And I'm learning that surely but surely. So I hope that sort of like helps anyone in a sense. And I'll talk to y'all next week.